Some places on Earth feel impossible. Eruption ignites the night. Waves carve black sands. Glaciers split and groan. Waterfall dwarfs us completely. Aurora dances overhead. But Iceland? Iceland doesn't even feel like Earth. This island was shaped by fire, ice. Storm hammers the coast, and forces powerful enough to reshape the planet itself. Canyons, glaciers, deserts, cliffs, steam, relentless. What you're about to see may be the most unreal landscape on Earth. Imagine the planet as a primordial workshop, a place of raw creation and untamed forces. In this grand cosmic studio, Iceland stands as its most dramatic and volatile masterpiece. It is a land still being forged, a canvas where the fundamental elements of our world are not just present, but perpetually at war. Here, the story of Earth's birth is not a distant memory locked in ancient rock. It is a living, breathing, and often explosive reality unfolding before your very eyes. This is not just a place on a map, it is a glimpse into the planet's own fiery, formative youth. The very ground beneath your feet tells this story of elemental fury. It is a fractured, restless land, positioned directly atop the mid-Atlantic ridge. Here, the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates are actively tearing apart, pulling the island wider by a few centimeters each year. This constant geological tension is the engine of Iceland's existence. It opens fissures deep into the Earth's mantle, creating a direct conduit for the molten heart of the planet to surge upwards, shaping and reshaping the surface in a relentless cycle of destruction and creation. From this deep foundational rift, volcanoes rise, cloaked in shadow and myth. They are the titans of this landscape, over 130 of them standing as monuments to the island's turbulent soul. Some sleep for centuries beneath caps of ice, their power contained but never forgotten. Others, like Fagradalsfjall in recent memory, awaken in spectacular fashion, painting the night sky with fountains of liquid fire and reminding all who witness it of the raw power simmering just below the surface. Their peaks touch skies that can shift from brilliant blue to stormy gray in a single heartbeat, a testament to the island's unpredictable nature. The weather here is a character in its own right, a fickle and powerful force that sweeps in from the vast North Atlantic, capable of transforming a serene landscape into a maelstrom of wind and snow with little warning. This constant atmospheric drama only adds to the sense of being in a place governed by forces far beyond human control. And opposing the fire, there is the ice. Glaciers, vast rivers of ancient compressed snow, cover more than 10% of the country. These are relics of the last ice age, behemoths like Vatnajökull, the largest ice cap in Europe, so immense it generates its own weather systems. They are not static monuments but living entities, flowing under their own immense weight. Their slow, inexorable march, carving and polishing the very bones of the island. With every inch they move, they grind mountains into dust, sculpt deep, U-shaped valleys, and leave behind moraines, great piles of rock and sediment, as evidence of their passage. They are the world's most patient artists and its most powerful sculptors, their work a slow-motion ballet of immense force, shaping a landscape that feels both ancient and profoundly alive. But it is here, at the precise intersection of these opposing forces, that the true, wild spirit of Iceland is revealed. It is in the subglacial volcanoes that erupt with explosive fury, melting ice from below and unleashing catastrophic floods. It is in the geothermal lagoons, where volcanically heated water steams against the frigid air. It is at Jökulsárlón, where thousand-year-old ice calves from a glacier's edge and floats in a serene lagoon before drifting out to the violent Atlantic. This is the eternal paradox of Iceland, a spectacular battle for dominance where neither fire nor ice ever truly wins, but in their clash, they create a world of unparalleled, breathtaking beauty. In Iceland, the journey itself becomes the destination. This isn't a cliché, it's a fundamental truth of the land. To travel here is to surrender to the road, to let it guide you not just from one point to another, but from one state of wonder to the next. The famous Ring Road, or Route 1, encircles the island like a mythic serpent, a single artery connecting a kingdom of fire and ice. But even this main thoroughfare feels less like a highway and more like a private invitation into a world that shouldn't exist. It's a promise whispered on the wind, a promise of discovery waiting just around the next impossible bend. The roads here are not mere conduits. They are narrative threads woven directly into the fabric of the impossible. They are etched onto a landscape that is geologically infantile, a place still being violently born. These ribbons of asphalt trace the contours of ancient lava flows, their dark surfaces a stark contrast to the electric green moss that has spent centuries colonizing the volcanic rock. They skirt the edges of slumbering giants like Katla and Eyjafjallajökull and bridge the chasms carved by glacial rivers carrying silt from the heart of the island's ice caps. In places like the West Fjords, the roads become even more audacious, clinging precariously to the sides of sheer cliffs, with the cold, unforgiving North Atlantic churning hundreds of feet below. Each turn is a testament to human tenacity, a refusal to be entirely defeated by a landscape that is actively trying to shrug you off. Driving here is an act of faith. The weather is a character here, transforming the scene in an instant. One moment, you are bathed in the ethereal glow of a low-hanging sun, casting long, dramatic shadows across vast plains of purple lupine. The next, a wall of mist, a thoka, rolls in from the sea, erasing the horizon and reducing the entire world to the few meters of asphalt directly in front of your wheels. It's a sudden, humbling shift in reality, a visceral reminder of nature's absolute power and your own smallness within it. And then, there are the moments of profound, beautiful isolation. On the black sand deserts of the south coast, or deep within the lunar highlands, the road stretches out before you, a perfect, empty line bisecting an alien world. There is no other sign of life, no trees, no buildings, not another soul for miles. It's just you, the car, and the immense, silent emptiness of the planet. This focus creates a meditative state, freeing the mind and opening it to the surroundings' majesty. The simple act of driving becomes a form of mindfulness. Your senses are heightened, attuned to the subtle shifts in light, the texture of the landscape, the sudden appearance of a herd of Icelandic horses by the roadside, or a waterfall cascading unexpectedly from a cliff face you hadn't noticed. You learn the unique rhythm of Icelandic driving, the patient negotiation of single-lane bridges over powerful glacial rivers, the careful navigation of gravel F-roads, the understanding that the journey's length is measured not in kilometers, but in moments of awe. Every crest of a hill is a potential revelation, a curtain rising on a new, breathtaking stage. The road promises more to come, a dark, winding path pulling you into the island's mystery, urging you onward. After the hypnotic motion of the road, the journey demands a pause. The endless ribbon of asphalt has delivered you to the threshold of another world, a place where the frantic pace of modern life has no purchase. It is time to slow down, to step out of the machine and onto the earth. It is time to listen. Here, in the heart of Iceland's interior, a new character makes its presence felt. It is not a landmark you can pinpoint on a map, nor a spectacle that screams for your attention. It is silence. But this is not an absence of sound, a mere void. It is a profound, audible stillness, a presence so dense and textured you can almost feel it on your skin. This is the sound of the world breathing, of geological time ticking by in increments too slow for human ears to properly measure. You hear it in the whisper of the Arctic wind as it scours the volcanic plains, a sound unchanged for millennia. You hear it in the gentle sigh of waves meeting the black sands of Reynisfjara, a rhythmic pulse against the shore. This is a silence composed of 1,000 tiny sounds, each one distinct, each one a note in an ancient symphony. It's the faint, percussive trickle of meltwater finding its way through cracks in ancient lava fields, the distant, mournful cry of a seabird carried on the breeze. In this quiet, your own presence becomes amplified. The crunch of your boots on volcanic gravel is a sudden intrusion, a reminder of your own fleeting passage. The sound of your own breath, a rhythmic cloud in the cold air, seems impossibly loud. You become acutely aware of your own smallness, your own transient nature against the backdrop of something eternal. Standing as a single, tiny figure against a vast, empty valley, you feel a profound solitude. But it is not the frightening isolation of being lost. It is the humbling and deeply peaceful solitude of being found. It's a feeling of being stripped down to your essential self, of shedding the noise and distractions that define so much of life. In this immense space, there is room for your thoughts to expand, for your worries to dissipate into the vast open sky. This is the quiet that allows you to hear yourself think, or better yet, to stop thinking and simply be. In this stillness, you begin to notice the details the grand vistas had previously overshadowed. The world shrinks from the panoramic to the particular. You see the impossible electric green of moss clinging tenaciously to black lava rock, a testament to life's persistence. You trace the perfect geometric patterns of basalt columns, forged in the slow cooling of ancient lava flows. You feel the subtle warmth radiating from the ground, a hint of the immense geothermal power churning just beneath the surface, the silent engine of this land. Ice crystals, ash, and tiny Arctic flowers. You observe the way the last golden light of a low sun catches the edge of a distant snow-capped mountain, painting it in hues of rose and gold while the surrounding landscape falls into deep blue shadow. These are the quiet miracles, the subtle masterpieces that reveal themselves only to those who are willing to wait, to watch, and to listen. In these moments, you are no longer just a spectator, a tourist ticking off a checklist of sights. You become a participant in a landscape that feels as old as time itself. You are a quiet witness to its enduring majesty, a temporary custodian of its profound peace. This land doesn't demand your admiration. It simply exists in a state of sublime indifference, and in doing so, invites you into a deeper connection, a sense of belonging to something far greater than yourself. This silence is a form of energy. It is the coiled spring, the deep breath before the plunge. The quiet moments make the loud moments louder. The stillness amplifies the power. It is the perfect counterpoint to the roar of Dettifoss, the thundering crash of ice calving from a glacier at Jökulsárlón, or the violent, earth-shattering spectacle of an eruption at Fagradalsfjall. Without this profound quiet, the noise would be just noise. With it, it becomes a crescendo, a powerful expression of the raw, untamable forces that have shaped this island and continue to shape it today. The silence is not the end of the story. It is the space between the words where the true meaning is found. Just as the silence has settled into your bones, Iceland shatters it. The journey now becomes a rapid escalation of wonder. We are transported to the alien architecture of Reynisfjara Beach. It feels like discovering the ruins of a lost, giant civilization. The escalation continues at Jökulsárlón, a dreamscape of floating crystal sculptures. Finally, we are confronted by Vestrahorn, a world doubled, a place of perfect, breathtaking symmetry. Each feels bigger, grander, more impossible than the last. Some places entertain you, some places change you. Iceland feels like a glimpse of another world, hidden on our own planet. The road pulls you forward, a quiet, reflective smile. The world opens around you. We fade into profound silence.